Hello, this is Hillarie. I'm from Hong Kong. Today it will be me teaching you Chinese and hope you enjoy the class. So basically, a Mandarin syllable contains three components. The first one, final. The second one, initial. And the third one, tone. Today we'll be talking about simple finals, compound finals, and initials. So let's start with something very easy. The first final is ah. So it's like when you're going to see your daughter, you might make the noise when the daughter is checking the inside of her mouth. So now open your mouth and wide and say ah. Next one, oh. So to make this noise sound, you have to round your lip or with your tongue at the bottom of your mouth and leave some hollow space. The third one is sometimes you might find something disgusting. You may say like so is this sound? Is this remember the lip position and the tongue position? You have to spread your lips like smiling. However, when you use with another vowels, it will become another sound. So it's like the in English word bed, like when you sleep, the bed. So there are two sounds, and a. If you still don't get this sound, you can first say the sound o, and then try to spread your lips like o. Then you might get the sound. So it's like from rounded o to unrounded. Just spread your lips a little bit. The next one, yi. So for this sound, you have to spread your lips again. Push your tongue towards the hard palate without touching it. The palate is behind your teeth. You might find something really hard. Then that's your palate, hard palate. E. The next one is oo. So to make this sound, you have to round your lip again. You have to push your lips forward and make a narrow gap, so the air will come out from the gap. You might notice that your tongue will be in the front position. Ooh. It's like the oo in the English word food. Food. Ooh. It's like that. The next one, yu. Yu. So you can start from saying yi first. Yi. We've just learned this syllable before. Yi. And then just trying to round your lip. Yi. And then you might get the sound. And you might notice that your tongue will be in the rather back position. Yu. So let's do a little revision. We've learned 6 vowels: a, o, yi, wu, yu. So actually this 6th vowel is a continuum. You can notice that whenever you pronounce this 6th vowel continuously, your lips will get narrower and smaller. We can try. Look at my mouth. A, o, yi, wu, yu. You can notice that my lips is getting smaller. And next we'll talk about the compound finals. What is compound? It means like 2 syllables, they connect together, they join a sound. The first one, you can say a and o, a, o, ow, ow. You can say 2 sounds with a rather fast speed, and then you might get that sound. Ow. The next one, I. So first syllable is a. The second syllable is yi. And then say it quickly, and then join the sound. I. Okay. The next one is, the first syllable is u. Second syllable is a. Join the syllable together. Wa, wa. you might get the sound. The fourth one, the first syllable is yi. The second syllable is ah. Now say it quickly. Ya, ya, ya. Then the fifth one would be an and yi, and yi. So as I've just mentioned, when comes with another vowels, it will become another sound, like the in the English word bed. So here, there will be an and e. So we join the sound together. A. So the next syllable is e and So because is coexists with another syllable e, so here will be pronounced as like the English word bed. So first we will say e and then join it with yeah. It's like that. The next one will be yu and so here will be sound as as well. So we join this syllable together. Yue. The next one will be an o and an u. So we join it together. O. Here comes the last three compound finals. They might be a little bit more difficult. So the first syllable is yi. The second syllable is u. So actually they are not combined as yi and u. They are combined by e and o. So e and o, you speak it a bit quickly. Yo. It will be like that. Yo. And the next one will be u and yi. And it's like the previous situation. Actually, it is combined by u and a. So we pronounce as way. Here comes the last compound finals. So it will be an u and also a nasal n. So actually, this compound finals is combined by u and n. So you have to pronounce one. And actually, the n sound we didn't talk about that. So we'll talk about that later. Next, we'll talk about the initial. We start with something easy. So actually, Mandarin is a bit like English. We have B, P, and F, D, T, and L, G, K, H. But then we do not pronounce like English. We won't pronounce as because it's really vague and you can't hear me, right? So usually when we pronounce B, P, and F, we just add a vowel O. We pronounce it with O. So for example, when we pronounce the initial B, we will say bo, and the P, po. So here comes the M, mo. Next is the F, for. So it's easy. And next one is D, T, and L. So D we pronounce as D, T, and L we pronounce with the vowel So D will be like the, and the T will be like the, and also N will be like n. So N is the nasal sound. You can feel the air come out from your nose. N. And here comes the L. L. So next we'll talk about the G, K, and H. And here we will use the vowel as well. G, g, and the K, 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 and the H, h, h. And next it comes to G, Q, C. It's J, Q, X actually. So we'll use the vowel E here for these three initials. For the initial J, we'll say as G, G. So put your tongue against the hard palate, like something behind your teeth which is hard. Then leave and let the air come out. G, G. So if you still don't get it, we can say use English to learn it. Like the Jeep, the car, Jeep. It's like the J in Jeep. So, but you don't have to curve your tongue. So you'll be like G, G. The next one is Q. We'll say like Chi, Chi. So again, put your tongue against the hard palate, and then leave it and let the strong air comes out. We can use English again, like cheese. We can say the ch sound, but then there's no curve for tongue. You do not need to roll your tongue, just like chi, chi. The next one, X. We'll say like C, C. Again, put your tongue towards the hard palate, and then leave and let the strong air comes out. So she is like the English word she, she. You can say the front part, sh, but again there's no curve. So you'll be like C, C. Next we'll talk about Y and W. And actually Y and W, they are initial, but they are not real initial. What do I mean is that when a final stands alone, we will add an initial at the front to make it like there is an initial and final, make it complete. But then Y and W is usually soundless. For example, we will have W and a U. We will say like oo, oo. So it's actually the sound of oo. So W here is soundless, and Y as well. Previously, we've talked about G, T, C. So one important thing you might have to know is that when U follows after G, T, C, the two dots over U can be omitted. Although U in G appear as U form, you have to know that is actually a U instead of U. But you don't have to worry because U follows after G, T, C. U doesn't follow. So whenever you see a U syllable after G, T, C, you know that's an U actually. So next we'll talk about Z, C, S. So first, close your teeth, but not too tightly. Place your tongue so that it's just vibrating against the back of your upper front teeth. Z, Z, S, 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 S. You might have found it's really weird that we've indicated the letter ZI, but we don't pronounce as G, because I is pronounced as E, but here we pronounce as Z, because I here is actually soundless here. It is placed here as a vehicle for indicating the tone, but it actually do not have phonetic function. So for the Z, when you say Z, you should feel a buzz behind your upper front teeth. Z. And for the C one, So first you have to blow the air out as you make a sharp buzzing sound. Your tongue should be looser than in the z one. Z, z. So next one is s, s. So you have to close your teeth and blow over your tongue. S. This is like the English one, the English S sound. And the next one, z, z. This might be difficult for you, but you have to learn to roll your tongue back in the roof of your mouth. It should touch your hard palate as you said it. Z, z. You might feel like your tongue is touching your hard palate. And next one, z, z. You can say the English word jump a couple of times. Jump, jump, jump. And then isolate the J by saying it alone. Note the tongue position. Now move your tongue back slightly and try to say the Chinese zhi. So first we'll say jump, and then move your tongue a little bit backward. Zhi. You might get the sound. Zhi. So the next initial I'm gonna teach is chi, chi. For this syllable, you have to roll your tongue back in the roof of your mouth and blow the air out over your tongue. If you don't get it, you can simply say the English word cheap a couple of times. Cheap, cheap. And then isolate the CH sound. Ch. And remember the tongue position. And then move your tongue a little bit backward. Chi, chi, chi. So it's like from ch to ch, and then we get the sound. And the final initial is sh, sh. So these initials involve tongue rolling as well. And you can simply say the English word she, she. And then isolate the SH sound, shh, shh, and remember the tongue position, and then put your tongue a little bit backward, sh, 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 and then you may get the sound. That's the end of the tutorial. Thank you.